It's early on a Wednesday evening in the Rio Grande Valley, and we're watching as the top two economic officials from the city of San Benito hit up a McAllen sports bar. Twin Peaks, they like to say, has scenic views.
I wanted to apologize because I love San Benito.
That's city manager Freddie, the lover Sandoval.
I love San Benito.
And the guy we've nicknamed the Laugher.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Why are you blocking me?
Sandoval's assistant economic director, Mario Palomo, who once tried to block us from questioning the mayor. But are we really about to watch a meeting about the economic future of San Benito? Because this is a strange place for a government meeting. Or is this just a night out with some longtime friends? Fred Sandoval is sure having a fun time at Twin Peaks. For the next 3.5 hours, he'll drink a bunch of beers with a couple of other guys. One of them we can't identify. Maybe you know who it is. But we've confirmed who that guy is from his license plate. He's Rogelio Roy Garcia. He worked under Fred Sandoval when he was city manager in FAR a decade ago. Garcia resigned later from the city when he was asked to take a drug test. He was, according to tax records, also Sandoval's next-door neighbor, lived right across the street here on Cynthia Lane. But before we write this off as just old friends having fun, it's important you know what company Roy Garcia owns. It's Carpe Knox Entertainment. And since Fred Sandoval got his new contract in San Benito, he's gotten the okay to send tens of thousands of dollars to his friend. Garcia is not a city employee, but he stands to make a lot more than most of them. An EDC contract to handle events up to $90,000 a year was signed in October. Garcia was in charge of last year's Resaca Fest. Records show the city lost $50,000 on that event. Carpe Knox was also hired to coordinate last year's 2-day-long Hog Waddle.
I've seen some pigs run very, very fast.
Carpe Knox used that money to pay vendors like the $25,000 payment to La Familia. The Carpe Knox proposal said the city could make tens of thousands of dollars in profit if the event was sold out.
This is the Hog Waddle concert and event.
But the city didn't bring in the $180,000 as expected. The Hog Waddle brought in just $37,000. The city lost nearly $115,000. In September, Commissioner Deborah Morales, she suggested the money being lost on all these festivals could be put to better use.
Our food bank has an issue. Friends for the library have issues. I would like to see some of this monies put there instead of going to these events.
Hello everyone, my name is Chicharron.
The local newspaper cited critics suggesting this year's Hog Waddle could cost $500,000 to put on. Sandoval disputes that, saying it will cost just $150,000. But that doesn't seem possible. That's exactly what it cost last year. And the 2-day festival is now expanding to 4 days of fun this year. Emails the city was forced to release show Carpe Knox proposals of more than $500,000 for the Hog Waddle. Maybe San Benito taxpayers think these events are worth it, even if they take a bath. But it's time San Benito taxpayers get some real transparency about the money being spent.
Say that we're not transparent? How much transparent do you want?
I just love that question. Well, Mayor, you could start with Sandoval coming clean about these relationships. It's not his money, it belongs to the people of San Benito. Last February, San Benito City Commissioners chose to go behind closed doors to discuss the Hog Waddle. They did it in secret, ignoring complaints from Commissioner Carol Sanchez that could be a violation of the Texas Open Meetings Act.
Might be illegal.
Pardon?
I said might be illegal.
And when commissioners came out of that executive session, Fred Sandoval announced the city was getting rid of the company that had been providing the concert work before.
In consideration possible action to ratify a contract with Carpe Knox Entertainment, LLC for Hog Waddle.
Sandoval didn't mention that the owner of the new vendor was really his buddy, his former neighbor, At least he didn't admit it in public. In June, Sandoval first publicly revealed his big vision for San Benito, to turn this place into a musical mecca. Take the rundown San Benito fairgrounds and turn it into some big concert venue. Hopefully they'll fix the potholes in the dirt road first.
My hometown to city is San Benito.
San Benito is, after all, the home of Conjunto King Freddie Fender.
And again, like I said, we've got the heritage, we've got the musical history, and we really need to play this up.
We saw one plan in the email Sandoval has been withholding from us that show a $30+ million plan for the fairgrounds. And to ever make money for taxpayers, and not just friends of the city manager, tens of thousands of folks would have to be willing to come to this part of San Benito for concerts. The track record on festivals for the city is not good, but hiding details of the plans from taxpayers is just an abuse of power. Who did Sandoval hire to do the $15,000 feasibility on the fairgrounds plan? You guessed it, CRYBABY Knox. They stand to benefit with big city contracts.
Fred, I tell you, this is a great idea.
Commissioner Tom Goodman was all for the idea, but was being cautious.
I just want to make sure that we see what we're doing completely when we go into this. Didn't know the qualifications of these people.
Let's listen to Freddie. He doesn't share that often.
The team that we're going to work with here has a wealth of experience, not only actually doing promotions and concerts, but also has an engineering and professional component.
Sandoval announced the city would spend up to $1.6 million to turn the fairground into a big concert venue, including renting a stage for $650,000, upping the ante of San Benito spending significantly. At that same meeting, Sandoval proposed a contract to provide production services for another city festival, the Resaca Fest. The bids weren't revealed to taxpayers at the meeting, but Sandoval apparently did not want the lower bidder to win the job. He wanted CRYBABY Knox. And Mayor Guerra, well, he just wanted to make sure Freddie was having fun.
So it's okay. Everybody's going to be up partying.
Well, hopefully our city manager will be a big hit again.
A 57-year-old kid who's making sure his old friends in FAR benefit from San Benito tax money. But have no fear, San Benito, because Fred Sandoval says you're going to have the biggest concert venue south of Houston.
I've done this before. It was an indoor venue. We did it in my previous post.
He sure did. And the big gamble was a financial disaster. The city of FAR lost more than $500,000 a decade ago when they couldn't sell enough tickets for a big concert by Toby Keith.
Look out, FAR, Texas. Here comes the big dog daddy.
They sold 10,000 less tickets than Sandoval said they would. He resigned months after that failed concert.
Justice may be served.
But the lawsuit over the concert has gone on for almost 8 years, costing taxpayers in FAR a bunch more money. We don't know if the concert failure was one of the reasons the former mayor of FAR complained that Sandoval had wasted millions of dollars on failed ideas. San Benito hired him anyway. The city of FAR had split the cost of the Toby Keith concert with a music promoter named Raul Garcia of Pájaro Promotions. In Spanish, that translates to a bird. Hidalgo County court records show Garcia has been sued multiple times for alleged fraud. And that's another reason why this get-together at Twin Peaks raised so many questions for us, because Roy Garcia and Raul Garcia are business partners. In September, Secretary of State records show Roy Garcia started another company called CRYBABY Knox Industries. And the next month, the San Benito EDC gave that company a contract for $7,500 a month, up to $90,000 in a year. And we followed that company's trail. Records show CRYBABY Knox Industries was actually organized by another entity called Zarco Wealth Group. Follow the record some more, and that links you back to a guy named Raul Garcia. We don't know yet if the two Garcias are related, maybe you know, or if that other guy at Twin Peaks was Raul. Freddie could tell us, but he's ignoring our questions. But we do know the two Garcias have been business associates for at least a decade. Hidalgo County tax records show that back in 2015, Raul Garcia and his company were sued for allegedly ripping off an investor related to a Wiz Khalifa concert on South Padre Island. The court records show Roy Garcia was accused of being part of that alleged fraud. And that's why we've started to connect all these dots down in San Benito. Fred Sandoval, he should give the public a full explanation about all these relationships and what they mean. There is no good reason not to tell taxpayers exactly how much you are spending on their big festival event. In late December, the commission went into secret session again to discuss the planned community event. There's a contract with a company called Empowerment Endeavors for Hog Waddle professional services. But what services? They don't say.
For the San Benito Hog Waddle event, Mayor, Commissioners, we really need to move on this.
The Secretary of State says that company was formed only 5 months before the vote by a special ed teacher, Geronimo Saldana, who lives near FAR. His connection to Sandoval unclear. City emails we now have show Saldana's company is being given $135,000 to book just some of the bands, like Los Cardenales de Nuevo Leon. If you go online to buy tickets for the upcoming 4-day Hog Waddle event, it says that the promotion is being handled by a company called Bird Promotions. Where have I heard that before? Oh, that's Raul Garcia's company too. Guess he just likes birds. Another guy from FAR benefiting from city business. We wanted to call the lawyer who helped the city of FAR defend that lawsuit years ago after Sandoval left town.
I don't have any comment for you, Mr. Dolcefino.
But Robert Drinkard is the same lawyer now defending Fred Sandoval and the city of San Benito in the lawsuit with Varco Developers over the Resaca Village Shopping Center. Two separate judges have told the city to stop interfering with their completion of the shopping center construction. One even signed an order accusing city officials, including Fred Sandoval, of a conspiracy, a shakedown. The city, it's just ignored the rulings. The city complains in Facebook posts that the shopping center isn't finished. But the only reason it's not finished is because the city issued a stop work order back in August and has refused to lift it. If San Benito's politicians were smart, they would get rid of all the pricey lawyers and help bring visitors and new tenants to the final building of this multi-million-dollar investment. But why should the city care about the dramatic cost of that legal fight? Because they're spending your money, now well north of $100,000. You gotta love small towns. We leave you with video shot as Fred Sandoval finally left Twin Peaks that night more than 3 hours after getting there. Where did Sandoval end up? His home in FAR, of course. That's right, Mr. Sandoval continues to live in FAR 9 months after promising to move to San Benito as required by the city charter. Sandoval tried to change the charter, but the election was voided because the city broke the law in announcing it. Voters have made it very clear Sandoval must live in the city, but is he listening?
I will be bringing an RV here.
We don't know if this whole RV thing will ever materialize at all, but every time we watch Mr. Sandoval, he doesn't go home to the city that's paying him, he goes to FAR. Guess the charter doesn't matter either.
I love San Benito, Mayor. Don't forget that.
Maybe that's why the city paid nearly $2,000 to send Roy Garcia to a national convention of entertainment buyers in October. Did you know that? We know that city officials will be watching this report. Wayne just posted this city email exclaimed. They even paid a PR company to transcribe what I said on the San Benito shakedown. Hey guys, we put all the words on our website for free.